Hi Ellie, it's Fancy this morning, and I'm looking at the second iteration of your design. I apologize for not getting back to it sooner, but as you probably figured out, there was a glitch with the computer, the U of M system early this morning, and I couldn't get back in. Um, okay, so what you have here, you've changed it to be more kind of a random gradation within each point of emphasis. And you have the green firmly sandwiched between the cyan and the yellow. And the purple there should be enough purple between the magenta and the cyan. I still feel like the orange is not getting sandwiched between enough of the yellow and the magenta. Um, so this is a good transition. You're making it between the middle values. Now green is still not transitioning well. There seems to be a distinct boundary all along the yellow. So you need to get some more of those middle values where the yellow transitions to the green. And here you have a nice transition a little bit between the yellow and the orange, but you don't really get a sense that there's a transparency effect taking place, that the orange is a transparency created because of yellow and magenta overlapping, because you've got that dark. See how dark this is? If you could get this to be more middle value, I think that would be better. So this all kind of has to be more middle value. You're going to have to adjust your gradations to do that. The purple, the same kind of thing. These purples are not middle value purples. And there seems to be kind of a transition here from, it looks more like a blue purple to kind of a red purple. I would check my color in the HSB, make sure that H is staying constant in your purple scale. But we can talk about this in our other class today when we meet. So why don't we do that as well? Sometimes it's easier to talk in person. So in here you need to get more middle values. The cyan and the magenta and the purple are not transitioning well here as well. Now I'm going to scroll up and see if I can see, okay, this is partial of your other design. You had this interesting gradation moving through. It was just separating your hue families, keeping them from transitioning from one to the other, but it was adding visual interest that you don't have here anymore. So I would add, once your gradations are done, kind of a secondary strategy, maybe interpenetration. So think about that as well. All right, and overallness, just make sure that you're moving from, say, within the dark areas, from steps 7 and 6 to 6 and 5 and 5 to 4. So make sure you're moving gradually and you're not placing high contrast values next to each other. So I'm pointing to some areas that have kind of high contrast values that do lend to overallness. So try to avoid that if possible. But let's talk in class.